YouTube. Today, a new tutorial, a new episode of Lou Breakdown. I know that like the rage sound and the rage thing is currently on fire. It's pretty popping right now. So I thought, why not break down a little rage loop I made? Yeah, let's dive straight into this tutorial. We can have a look at the chords I started with. I'm gonna explain this because it's kind of chaotic at first sight. So what I did is I made a F sharp major 7 chord. You do this by picking F sharp as your root note, then leaving 3 half steps in between your 2 first notes, then leaving 2 half steps in between your notes, and then above that leaving 3 half steps in between your notes. And what I then did is I took the 3rd note, I pitched it up an octave by pressing shift and arrow up, and then I took this note and I put it an octave lower. This is what you get. What I then did is I basically duplicated the chord. Yes, I duplicated the chord, but I made it minor. I'm gonna simplify the 2nd chord again to show it to y'all. This is the major version. You pick the last note and you pick the 2nd note. You put them both a half step down, and then you simply get your minor chord. And then I did the same thing as with the 1st chord. You pick the 3rd note 1 octave up, and then the 2nd note 1 octave below that. So that is what you then get. Also, when you're making melodies and stuff, try to sing the stuff you have in your head. It really helps to make your melodies. And then I picked, you know, the chord that was in between these chords. It's also minor if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's also minor. So same principle as here, but then here I think it's a major chord again. Yes, it's a major chord. This is what you get in the end. Oh, and also I copied the bass notes. So the bass notes are these notes. I didn't do any effects, but I'm gonna explain this later. There are some effects on this instrument. The second thing I did was adding this lead. It's a one shot from Scana Beats. I think every instrument in this sample is a Scana Beats one shot. Yes, it is. So shout out to Scana Beats. What I then did is I added this lead. I enabled the glides, it's at the default milliseconds. Again, no effects, I will explain this later. Then I added another lead. That's it. Oh no, there's another lead. This lead is kinda following the chords. So what I then did is I took these chords and I put them down an octave, and then I EQ'd it heavily, and then I added this bass right here. It's just the bass notes of the chords. It's really easy. And now I will explain the effects. So all the chords right here and the leads are in a group, and they go through the same effects chain. So right here I have an LFO, adjusted the filter cut off. I also changed the LFO rate if I'm not mistaken. I added this vinyl where I warped it, and I put the dust and the wear down. EQ'd the lows out, and I put a chorus at 17%. It's like really subtle, but it can make a difference sometimes. So that is all routed to this bus. And what I then did is I, you know, the basic stuff, I rendered this out in the project itself, and this is what it sounds like all together. So that's it. If you want these loops, maybe I need to send them out somehow, like with weeklies or some stuff. You can always leave me some ideas down below. I will check them. And see you in the next one.